So this is week 4, video number 3, and we're starting at slide 18. And this video is going to cover the 4 different privacy acts that are in Canada right now. So at the provincial level, there's a Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. And this act governs how you can collect and store information, personal information about your clients, okay, your customers, and your employees if you're a business. If you are in the K-12 school system, so public and elementary and secondary schools, public libraries, conservation authorities, if it's like a town office, so the town of Whitby, town of Oshawa, social services agencies, police services, and more. So anytime that you are going to be collecting that data and probably storing it in a database, this is why it's of interest to you as IT people, there's very specific rules about what you can ask for, disclosing that you're asking for it, and how you're going to store and use that information. So that's what this act is about and who it covers. And then we have this one, which is the same but different, because this one applies to provincial ministries and agencies. So the Ministry of Finance, okay? And then it says boards and commissions, again, government-length agencies, not school boards because they were the last one, community colleges, universities, hospitals, things like that. Okay, so it's the same as the municipal, but different because it applies to different groups. And once you've explored those 2 acts and think you know a little bit about them, do this little check for understanding. And then we're going to move on to the privacy acts that are federal, so ones that apply to everybody in Canada. So there are 2 federal privacy acts right now, the Privacy Act and the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, sometimes called the PIPA. You can learn more by clicking through here, and this you'll see goes to a Library of Parliament website where they've put together a research report that kind of gives you the background, the history, and the summary about these acts. Another new Privacy Act that's kind of in the works and before Parliament, so the federal legislative body in Ottawa that will apply to all of Canada, is the Consumer Privacy Protection Act. So if you choose this topic about legislation, you might want to focus on one of the privacy acts and maybe specifically this new one that's going to govern use of personal information and data and things like that for big corporations like Google and Amazon and Facebook. So in these slides, I've linked to information published or posted by the Office of the Privacy Commissioner of Canada. And this commission oversees and makes sure that the relevant institutions or businesses are following what the laws are. So the Privacy Act governs information that the Government of Canada, the federal government, collects about us. So anything to do, for example, with our income tax. And the other one, the Personal Information Protection and read it yourself. This is if you are in the private sector, right? So you're a private company like Amazon, and it talks about how they can collect data and how they need to store it and how they can use it. So take a look at that link back here, okay? Get an overview of those 2 pieces of legislation. And then take this privacy quiz that I didn't create this one. This is the Government of Canada's one. So take a look at this and see if you understand the key facts that I want you to come up to understand.